Hey everyone, so today I thought I'd do a couple books that I read a while ago, and I don't have the physical copy of them here, but the first one, I'll do a video each for both of them, and the first one I want to talk about is called The Maid by Nita Price, I think, or her name is, or spelled Prose, and and it was like one of the ones that started it for me, like getting back into like reading properly and stuff. And yeah, I just picked it up in like Sainsbury's or something. I saw it, and it was actually very good for my first like venture into reading the game properly and stuff like that. So it was the character. I can't remember her name, but she was very interesting character, and like nothing like I've read before. Like her character was written so differently to all the other characters that I've ever read about, and she was just so unique. And so basically, the story is this maid is going about this hotel. She works in this hotel, and she stumbles upon a dead man in his room, and she has to figure out who it was that killed him. She sort of takes it into her own hands and tries to discover who kills him. Does her own investigation work and all this, and she doesn't know whether to trust the people close to her who work in the hotel, stuff like that. Um, and just her character was written very. You get to see it from her eyes, her perspective, and um, yeah, you don't exactly see all what's going on at first, because she is very naive, and you don't really know um the extent of what's happening in the hotel, because um she is oblivious to it to begin with, but then slowly she starts to realize what is happening, and she has some allies in the hotel, and then some that she doesn't know whether she can trust or not, and she befriends someone who works in the bar in the hotel, and she thinks she can trust him, but whether she can or not is another story. She doesn't. She begins to doubt him and all this, and um, her character is just so different to all the other characters that I've read about it. So if you're looking for a good book about some character that you've never, some character's personality that is so different, so interesting to read about and whatever, and for a good like murder, it's a murder mystery too, so you can read it as a murder mystery too, but it is also I would call it a character study as well of her character. And I think there's a sequel out for the first book as well. The first book called The Maid, and then I think the second one was called uh say either second or third one was called The Mystery Guest. I think it was all part of the same series anyway. But yeah, the first one I read called The Maid was very good. That's the only one I've read so far, but it was very good. I might end up reading the rest of them. I don't know, but the writing was just so unique, and it was just so interesting to read about, and just I had to just I was very invested in it because I liked her character a lot, and even though she was like naive, you were like rooting for her in the story. You like really wanted her to find out um what you wanted her to succeed in her investigation, and you wanted her to find out what was happening in the hotel. And yeah, it was just a very good read for me to get back into reading properly and stuff. So that was a good few months ago I read that. um but it's stuck in my mind since then, so that tells you that it was a good read, because if it wasn't, I probably wouldn't remember as much detail as I have done for it. So yeah, and yeah.